The New York Police Department is getting a lot of attention for an incident that happened recently with one of their own. But it wasn't something that most people would expect. It was a normal day in the Big Apple. Until a cop named Patrick Hudson made headlines for rescuing a small dog who had fallen into the East River. What makes this story so touching is that 6 weeks after saving her life, he officially adopted her. It all happened in early July when Officer Hudson was on duty patrolling the waterways near Wall Street in Lower Manhattan. He was on the lookout for any signs of trouble when his sharp eyes spotted a small dog struggling to stay afloat in the East River. Without wasting a second, Officer Hudson immediately jumped into action. Other officers were there too, but they struggled to get close enough to the dog to grab onto her. She was quite scared and kept moving around. But thanks to Officer Hudson's quick reactions, he was able to swim up to the dog, grab her before she could slip back into the water and bring her out safely. People on the pier cheered loudly because they witnessed the whole thing and knew just how lucky the little dog was to have him around. After making sure the dog was okay, he placed her on a nearby pier until the ambulance arrived and took her to a nearby vet. According to Officer Joe Amparo, a spokesman for the NYPD, the little dog only had minor injuries. Mostly some scratches and abrasions. Considering how cold the water temperature was, it was also very lucky that she didn't suffer from hypothermia. News of this heroic deed spread quickly throughout the city and beyond. Videos and pictures of the rescue operation went viral on various social media platforms. Everyone praised Officer Hudson for his bravery and compassion. The American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals even posted about the rescue online. They also expressed their gratitude to the officer for saving the dog's life. Te postrith, we applaud the actions of an NYPD officer who helped save the life of a small dog after it fell into the East River today. But the identity of the dog, or her owner, remained a mystery for over a month. No one seemed to know who owned her or where she came from. Despite her ordeal, she still wagged her tail and licked people's faces as if she hadn't experienced anything traumatic. People were taken aback by how calm she remained throughout, and those who witnessed the interaction couldn't help but fall in love with the dog. An investigation revealed that the dog was a small Maltese named B. Her owner was a 38-year-old woman from Manhattan. But what led to B falling into the river? Well, the woman explained that she was walking B on a leash along the East River when another dog suddenly ran up to them and started barking. This caused B to get scared, pull on her leash, and accidentally jump into the water. Despite being a strong swimmer herself, she couldn't save her little dog and panicked when she saw B struggling to stay afloat. But thankfully, Officer Hudson was there at the right time and was able to rescue the dog before it was too late. Meanwhile, news of the dog's heroism spread. Animal welfare groups like the ASPCA reached out to the woman to see if she needed help taking care of B. Since the dog had been through a traumatic experience, it was important for her to receive proper care and attention. And despite the fact that the dog's owner was grateful for the offer, she said that she had everything under control. However, this turned out not to be true. A few days later, B was found wandering the streets of Queens. The dog's owner had apparently taken her for a walk and lost control of her again. This time, B managed to slip out of her collar and disappeared into the bustling city. As the search for the missing dog continued, Officer Hudson could unshake off the feeling that he had to do more than just save her life. He felt compelled to find her and make sure she was okay. So he decided to take matters into his own hands. He put up posters with her picture all over town, hoping someone would spot her and let him know where she was. But unfortunately, there was still no sign of the little dog. Days turned into weeks, and everyone started losing hope. But Officer Hudson refused to give up. He kept searching for her every day, driving around the neighborhoods, going door to door, and checking with local animal shelters. He was determined to find her, no matter what. Finally, after 6 long weeks, Officer Hudson's hard work paid off. He got a call saying that someone had seen a dog that looked exactly like B in a park several miles away. Without hesitation, he rushed to the spot, and there she was. To his joy, it really was. He couldn't believe his luck. After all this time, he had finally found her. Overcome with emotion, he knelt down and hugged the dog close, burying his face in her fur. In that moment, he knew he had to do something drastic to make sure she never ended up lost or alone again. He looked into her pleading eyes and made a decision. He was going to adopt her and give her a loving home. He licked his face as if she understood what he had done for her. And from that moment on, the two became inseparable. They played fetch in the park, went for walks along the beach, and snuggled on the couch watching TV. For the first time in her life, Bee felt truly loved and cherished. It was like they were meant to be together. When asked why he had adopted Bee, Officer Hudson replied, "I just felt like I had to do something more. I couldn't let her go back to that situation. She needs a family, someone to love her and care for her every day." But it wasn't just Officer Hudson who was happy about the adoption. Everyone in the community celebrated the news. People who had watched the video of the rescue operation were overjoyed to hear that the dog had found a good home. They had fallen in love with both the dog and the officer and could not imagine a better outcome. As for Bee, she couldn't be more grateful to have Officer Hudson in her life. She knew she had been lucky to have been rescued from the river, but now she was even luckier to have a loving dad to take care of her. It was truly a heartwarming story that had captured the hearts of people all over the country. Officer Hudson's act of heroism had not only saved the life of a small dog, but it also given her a chance at a happy and fulfilling life. His compassion and dedication had made a lasting impact on everyone who knew him, and Bee was incredibly fortunate to have him as her new dad. Together, they were going to live a life filled with love, laughter, and endless adventures. Looking back at the day he had rescued Bee, Officer Hudson knew it was just another day on the job. But the bond he had formed with the little dog had turned it into something extraordinary. He had faced danger head-on without hesitation and had emerged as a true hero. The cheers of the crowd still echoed in his ears, but it was the grateful look in Bee's eyes that meant the most to him. As the months passed, Officer Hudson and Bee's bond grew stronger. They had become the best of friends, and he couldn't imagine his life without her. Bee had brought so much joy and happiness into his life, and he was grateful for every moment they spent together. One sunny afternoon, Officer Hudson and Bee were playing fetch in the park when a group of children approached them. They had watched from afar as Bee chased after the ball, her tail wagging furiously. One of the kids gathered the courage to approach the pair and asked if he could pet Bee. Officer Hudson smiled and nodded, and the little boy's face lit up with joy. As the children took turns petting Bee, Officer Hudson couldn't help but feel a sense of pride. He knew that his heroic act had not only saved Bee's life, but it also brought happiness to many others. From that day on, Officer Hudson and Bee became known as the hero cop and his furry sidekick. People from all over the city would come to the park to see them and hear their story. And as Bee ran around the park, tail wagging, she knew that she was loved by many. But for Officer Hudson, it was just another day in the life of a hero. He continued to serve his community with bravery and compassion, always ready to help those in need, whether they had fur or not. The story of Officer Hudson and Bee serves as a reminder that heroism can be found in the most ordinary of places. It was just a normal day in New York City, until a cop named Patrick Hudson made headlines for rescuing a small dog from the East River. But it was through his bravery and compassion that an extraordinary bond was formed. Together, they faced the challenges that life threw at them, always ready to help those in need. Their story is a testament to the power of human kindness and the unwavering bond between a man and his dog.